All right. What's going on, everyone? We are live. Welcome back to the Unconventional Mindset. It is Friday. I'm feeling good. It is, I think it's for here in Canada. It's a long weekend. It's the Thanksgiving weekend. A little bit earlier than our American friends, but that's how we do here in Canada. Everything's backwards, upside down, what have you. And today we are going to dive right back into Webflow, and we are going to tighten up our design, and we're going to really start making our application look really, really nice. And before I get in there, of course, my name is Odum, and what we do here is we live stream every day, Monday through Friday, and we do work in order to figure out how to build a company that's going to generate $1 million in revenue every single year. That's what we are working towards. Now, before I dive into Webflow here, I just want to take a quick second to go into my Asana here, which if you remember some of the previous streams, we were doing a little bit of work in Asana trying to figure out the goals. So I've actually taken a look at the goals feature within Asana. And so I set some here, which I think so far I like in the sense that it kind of displays everything here to see, and we can kind of track it. But unfortunately, all these things need to be tracked automatically or manually. Sorry, they need to be tracked manually, not automatically, because they're not really specifically set to, completing a whole bunch of tasks within a specific project. So I just want to have a few things here. Company-wide goals. Well, I just kind of put the why here. So of course, it's just me now, but whenever we get employees or what have you, it's like, what do we do, right? Our mission is to help people bring their vision to life by creating amazing products that bring value to their audience so that they can make more money. So whether that's through Pixel Media as a web design company, where we want to help them build their websites or make some videos or whatever the case may be in order to help them bring value to their audience. And then at the end of the day, when you bring your value to your audience or whatever the case may be, that helps you generate more money. So that's what we're all about. And that could be the same thing, obviously, for Pixel Pieces, where we build components, templates, whatever, that are really good at helping people build their websites really, really fast, help them make more money. And then we have the unconventional mindset, which is kind of like this stream here, which is kind of talking about that. So it's a little bit of a meta thing, I guess, going on there. And that, of course, is to inspire people to start their own businesses so that they can live their life with purpose and achieve financial and personal freedom, which is what I'm trying to do, which I would want for everybody to not have to, have a job or whatever and have a boss and blah, 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 just be in charge of your own destiny. But of course, I know that's not for everyone. And, if you have a job and you love your job, more power to you, not knocking that at all. Anyways, so here are the 4 goals that I set up. So I want to reach $2,500 in recurring revenue through Stripe. Now I've reached $2,500 in recurring revenue through all my different sources, but I want this specifically through Stripe. And if we go to our site right here on Pixel, just see plans. And then we have these plans right here for what people can purchase. So I want to reach $2,500 in that. So haven't gotten very far in that just quite yet. But that's the goal. And hopefully we can hit that by the end of the year. So we have 2-3 months, I guess, to get there. So I think if I go here, I could look at what my breakdown is. And so far I'm at $350 in recurring revenue every month. So I'd like to get to obviously more than that. So I have a little breakdown here. If I have 1 person in the pro plan and 5 people at startup plan, that would get me to $2,500 a month. And that's kind of like the magic number, like $2,500 to $3,000 is the amount of money that I personally need in order to survive here in Canada. That's another story. So that's kind of what the goal is based on. So, and then there's another goal here in terms of the rest of the year for the business. And I'd like to hit $25,000 in just total revenue by the end of the year. So that's an average of $8,333 blah 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 per month. And the idea behind that is to keep pace at this $100,000 a year, which is kind of what we've already done so far. So we kind of maintain that pace. And of course, next year, the goal is to get to $250,000 in revenue a year. And then I think year 3 would be like $1 million, which would be nice. Anyways, so that's kind of the goals here. I haven't updated this yet, although so far this month, it's only the 6 days. So I feel like I've only made like a couple $100 in actual revenue, but there's stuff that still hasn't hit the bank yet. Anyways, so that's the idea behind that one. And here's a couple other things here that I could update, and I probably update this right now. So monetize the Unconventional Mindset YouTube channel, which is this channel right here. And in order to do that, you need to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. So I'm just going to go right now and I have Asana set up to remind me of this every, what's the word I'm looking for? Every Friday. So I'll come in here and just update this and we can see the numbers. So 168. So we are actually at 171 now. So I go there, put that to 171 and see, remind me of this weekly and hit save. And there we go. So that's been updated. Still at 17%. And we have to reach 4,000 watch hours. So when I first made this, we're at 257. And now what are we at? I need to look at the analytics. I think I need to look at this on my phone. Actually, it shows it much nicer on there. YouTube Studio. Analytics. Oh, right. I know I was going the wrong spot. So I have to go to earn. And we're at 260 watch hours. So 260. So an extra 3 hours the past few days. Okay. So, I mean, it would be nice to hit that by the end of the year. I think that's where I have kind of the goal set. Like it's end of the year, but you know, we'll see what happens. It's not anything that's critical in terms of what my grand plan is in terms of how to make money. It's not through YouTube at all in any stretch of the imagination, but I think it's just something nice to work towards, because when you do have that monetization, not that I want to put videos on there or ads on there, but there's also a problem where if you don't put ads on, YouTube will put ads on your stuff anyways, and then they'll just make money. But anyways, there's other things that you can do as well too by having that status, but it's really just a way to quantify growth of the channel as well too. So, which is kind of cool. All right. So, and then of course I have the Unconventional Mindset newsletter, and it's reached 1,000 newsletter subscribers. I haven't checked that yet, but I'll check that probably at some point. So yeah, so those are the goals of the business, of the company. So yeah, I just thought I'd share that. Okay, so let's get into Webflow. Now I'm digging the new Webflow logo. It's like so awesome. I love it. Anyways, let's zoom in here a little bit. And let's take a look here. Okay. So we have our homepage. Everything's kind of looking good. You're in good company. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Hey, Kevin, how you doing? Nice to see you. How'd you enjoy the Webflow conference yesterday? I haven't watched any recaps or anything like that yet, but I read their blog post, which showed all the new stuff that they kind of announced. Yeah, it was so good. Yeah, awesome. Good to hear. It was really funny because right in the middle of the stream yesterday, I was just working away, and they updated the UI of Webflow right in the middle of the stream. So I'm like, oh, this is new. So that was interesting. The member step act from within Webflow. No, I'm not, but I heard of it. I probably should, but I didn't. I probably should though. Did they talk about that yesterday? I'd imagine it'd be a lot easier in order to get like your attributes and things like that. But yeah, but I didn't use it. But yeah, I probably should. In fact, I wonder, is it easy enough to install? Do I have to go to MemberStack to install it? let's take a look here real quick. Yeah, no, I know they rolled it out before. Yeah. Yeah, setting it up. Okay. Where would it even be? Oh, man. Or would it be in apps in here? I don't even know where it would be in. Settings. Webflow. There we go. Connect. Okay, I got to authorize. Let's just authorize, obviously, what I'm working on right now, which is right here. Okay, do I need to reconnect or just confirm the connection? Unable to connect to Webflow site. Oh, because I'm not actually selected. Okay, there we go. Webflow site connected successfully. All right. Yeah. I just love this new logo. They did a good job. Okay, so now I guess we're connected. I guess the question would be, do we have... Let's go to the dashboard. I don't even know where the app is. So this has custom attributes, but is there... I don't know. I don't know. That's not the focus of today. We'll worry about that later. Okay, let's get back to this. All right, we already did our member stack stuff, integration, so we're done. So we don't need to worry about that just quite yet. Okay, what was I thinking of? Okay. No, I like this. Everything's looking good. We'll get this image later once we clean up the dashboard. Discover why people choose pixel pieces. Okay, we got our little points here. So everything you need to start building your website today, easily cut and paste. Right, so I want to animate this thing here. So maybe we'll work on that now. Maybe we'll clean up some of these little doodles. And I think... Kevin, I'd love to hear what you think about this. When you're clicking on this section, components or templates, it'll take you to that specific page, which will have the whole list of either the components or templates. But there's a get started button here, which is just like a pay now button, which is the same as this one or this one. I feel like this is too much here and it's not needed, that I want the whole thing to just be one button to go to explore all the templates. So you can just click on anything. And not have two different buttons on here. So my thought process is to remove this completely. Is this pinned? I can't tell if something's pinned or not. Okay, that's pinned. Okay, that's what we want. So yeah, so the idea would be go onto the styles. I just feel with my eyes, the contrast on the black and white is just a little bit too much for me. But maybe that's just me, my getting too old. So yeah, so I mean, do I already have these buttons set up? I do already have them set up here with Webflow. Let's just hide it for now. Because maybe I'll change my mind, but I doubt it. Okay, so this whole thing is feature and feature blue, but what we want, There's a shortcut key to wrap everything up in a link, isn't there? I think so. Wrap element in a link block. Control Alt A. Okay, perfect. Control Alt A. Link elements cannot be nested inside each other. Oh, right. I got buttons in here. Okay. Okay, so let's redo this, I guess. Link block. Put it in here. Actually, just call this feature as well. And move. You can move in here. You can move in there. But we can't have a button. So we're just going to have to make like a makeshift button. Hey, so Kevin, what is the most thing that they announced yesterday that has you the most excited? Or what thing has you the most excited about what's coming up in Webflow? Or even what they rolled out? So we're going to do another text block. We're going to say explore templates. I don't know if I spelled that right. Can we give it a class of button? We can, which is weird, but we'll do it. But it needs button white as well. Okay. Oh, not just W. Didn't. Okay. And oh, okay, it needs to be wrapped up. Control Alt G. Shortcut codes are a lifesaver. Yeah, it just makes you so much more. What's the word I'm looking for? Efficient. Feature, call to action. Okay, perfect. So that's, oh yeah, this button's on the other page. Nope. Not used to that. Okay. And then, okay, that's much better. Excuse me. That's much better. Okay, so let's duplicate this one. But this one is now going to be purple. Templates. Oh, this is wrong. Man, I'm really excited to get started building more of these components and templates and like launching this thing. This is like super, super exciting. I feel like the site's finally, like my vision is starting to come into place. So yeah, this is awesome. Featured shapes container. Delete this one. You can come up there and delete that. And for feature, we need to go back to the feature class and we need to take out the text decoration, which is under typography. It's closed. I don't know why. Well, one thing I started playing around with yesterday that's new is all the like the variables, which is super, super cool. And you could have them for text. You can have them for like border radius, all kinds of different things, which is really, really cool. So that's fun. So yeah, being able to go here and seeing like what you have is really awesome. And then you could just update it straight from here. So good. So good. And it's like, it's kind of finally one of those things where I would always say to myself that just developing it purely in like the CSS by hand is faster than working in Webflow, just because you can have variables, and especially if you're working in SaaS, then it's just like, oh, I could just code it up so much faster than having to click through in Webflow, finding things, updating things. I mean, they did have the colors that you can reuse, but nothing else. So now with having this, it's a really good step in the right direction. I mean, they've been stepping in the right direction for a long time. So yeah, anyways, really, really cool. Okay, so this link also, we have to make sure that it goes to the right page, and it's going to components, and this one here is going to templates. Okay, so now let's make our animation, I guess. See if I can bring what I'm thinking to life. Right, okay, let's take a look. Interactions, okay. And element trigger. And we're going to start with on hover. And we definitely want to do on feature. So we're going to start an animation. Open and close. Oh, that's what I copied from the other thing. Okay, I'm like, I didn't do any animations yet. And are we going to want this on... do we want this on phone and tablet? Maybe not. Okay, well, let's just make it first. Start an animation. We're going to create a new one. We're going to call it like feature, I don't know, open. We're not really opening. Like feature hover in. Yeah, I'm really bad at naming these things. Okay. Okay, so feature hover in. What do I want to do? Oh man. Now I have a problem. Am I going to be able to... I'm not going to be able to update the grid, am I? I don't know. Global variables. Shoot, okay, now... So the idea behind this animation here is that when you hover over top of this component or this template, that it's going to grow that one to like maybe 60%. And the other one's going to shrink. But now I don't think within this Webflow that I can actually specifically target the size of the grid as I hover over top of the feature. So what I might need to do, oh shoot, how are we going to do this? Well, let's just do something else first. And maybe it'll be enough. Delete this one. So let's take a look at this one. And let's give it a little bit of a rotation. Where's ease in, out? No, not there. Not this is the one I want. it's at 0, maybe. Just something slight. Probably going to need to set, actually we're going to need to set this as an initial state. And then we're going to do a little bit of a rotation. Not much, 15 degrees. And 0.3. And let's go ease in and out. Why does it say it doesn't have a value applied? Maybe it needs to set that one at 0. So with previous, and let's save. I mean, can we preview that? Okay. And we're also going to, I'm going to grab this one. And we're also going to give this a rotation. And let's rotate. Just try something like that. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Start with previous. Okay, I wanted to start with previous, but not as the initial state. Because that's the initial state there. Oh, that's annoying. Why is it doing that? Well, maybe. With previous there. Maybe just because the way it starts. No, that should be okay. All right, so let's just save that. Let's have a quick look. Okay, cool. So that's given us a little something. And well, let's go back to our interaction. And what else could we do that would be really cool? So I wanted the button as well. We're probably going to see maybe we can scale it a little bit. So okay, that's interesting. What happens if you move that? I mean, is scale the same as size? Okay, we'll set that in as the initial state. And then we'll scale it. 0.3. Ease in, out. And with previous. Okay, that actually... This button here... Hey, hey, not doing too bad. Not doing too bad at all. How are you doing? Thanks for joining the stream. So this is the initial state. And this here with previous action. So I didn't quite... The animation doesn't quite look like what I wanted to. Let's try. Let's keep going here. Can we take... We might be able to scale. Can we actually scale? Let's unlock this. And if we can scale Y... Oh, no, not Y that way. Can we scale X? Oh, but that's stretching everything. Yeah, it's not quite what we want. In fact, let's actually delete this. And let's go back to the button. And let's actually... Maybe we can just do size. Oh, that's not going to work either, because if we set that to 0, 'cause I don't know what the width is. That's not going to work either. Maybe we'll keep that scale for now. So instead, let's try, can we do, let's get that element and I wonder, so this is at 100%. And that is going to be the initial state. But can we make it wider? It won't go wider, eh? It won't go past the parent. And we can't go past 100, okay, which makes sense. So we might not get the animation quite like we wanted. Which does kind of suck. Let's delete that again. Well, if we do this... no, not size. That's not what I wanted. I wanted scale. Start at 1. And with previous action. And something like that. And then we could actually... Oh, let's just see how that looks. How does that look? No, not a fan. It's too much. It's too much. I want the sliding thing. That's what I want. So delete that one. Delete that one. this is probably why it's got a different animation style. No. Absolutely. You can ask me any question that you want. So the business that I'm building is, well, there's two things. I started a company about a little over a year ago. It's called Pixel, and I do web design and web development for my clients. Basically, I just build websites. I do some other creative work as well too, but mostly what I'm pitching here on this YouTube channel is building the websites and applications for clients. And what I'm working on right now is a little bit of extension for that. This is called Pixel Pieces. And what it's going to do, it's going to be a platform where people can buy Webflow components and templates, which will help them, in turn make their own websites faster, better, all that kind of stuff. So that's what I'm working on building, at least right now, over the past, I think like 20 episodes or so, is this little extension to Pixel Media. So yeah, so that's the business. There's a few other things in there that I have rolling around I have lots of things rolling around in my head, but primarily I'm building a web development agency along with some tools and products that other designers can use as well. So, yeah, there's an issue here with this animation. Because it's starting after these ones, which is really, really, really strange. Anyways, that's okay. All right, so think about how am I going to get this animation that I want and how I'm going to do it. So right now it's in a grid. These two items are in a grid. And I can't touch that. I can't, I can't access the styles of that grid. I mean, I guess if I do custom code, maybe I can do that. I don't know if I want that. Can you become part of my agency? Well, first, I'm totally flattered. So thank you for even the thought of wanting to join. I really, really appreciate that. Of course, as it stands, like right now, I don't have the capacity to hire anybody. But I'm always on the lookout for different business opportunities and connecting with like-minded people that, want to do some really, really cool things. So what I would recommend is I'll leave my email right here. There, I just put it in the chat there, and I guess I'll throw it up here. Send me an email and just get in touch with me. And let me know, what it is that you're doing and what you're thinking of, and then at least we can stay in touch. So that way, when that comes time, well, number one, when it does come time where I'm going to be looking at bringing other people on, then, I'm going to be talking about it quite a bit. But again, thank you, super flattering, and I really appreciate the ask. Okay, so okay, let's publish this for a second. I just want to take a look at the code and see what okay, it's up here. Okay, we have grid 2. And we have okay. So maybe let's just see if I can do something here. Let's bring in an embed, and let's see if we can do anything here. All right, so we got grid 2, and then we have our, what's it called, feature, I think, hover, and yeah. Yeah, no, you're most welcome. Like I said, thank you. Very flattering. Really appreciate it. Always looking to work with some good people. I don't think this is going to work. I don't think there's any way that you can do this. But unless I use JavaScript, which I don't want to do. So how else can we do this? Think. Okay, we have 2 elements. Just think 2 squares. And when we hover over top of one, I just want it to grow. Like that's it, that's all. And then I want the other one to shrink. That's where the trick comes into play. So if I want one to grow, one to shrink, I need to be able to alter like the parent should, maybe close that. Yeah, discard that. Oh, what do I want to do? I want to delete this. It won't let me delete. Why won't it let me delete? Maybe because I'm in here. Okay. Let's try. I'm just going to duplicate this for a second here. And we don't want to put it in a grid. Let's say, let's put it in a flex box. And let's give it a gap. And if we take each feature, yeah, its width is 100%. Oh, can we, what can we do with that? I mean, it won't let us, oops, it won't let me go more than 100%. This has to be possible without JavaScript. Let me see. CSS change grid width. do this with grid column. And so we got column 1, 2, 3, 4. Interesting. Takes 2 integers starting and end. Yeah. Can I see what this looks like? So this is what I want. This like 1 and 2, this shift here, something like this. Okay, so this might work. Okay, I gotta keep this open just so I can think this through. Okay. Oh, no, not HTML. Let's embed. So what we want, hang on, before I do this, save and close this. We need to go into this grid. And this is, I'm just going to do this for now. I don't know what to call it. Modified. Because this grid, I think we're going to want to do it to have 4 columns. However, these ones, we want them to span 2 columns. So that way when we hover over, oh shit, I don't know. Yeah. So when we hover over top of it, this one will span 3 and then this one will span 1. We'll see. Okay, so let's, can I open this? Open this. So dot grid to dot feature. Right, so that's that. So basically, so basically, I mean, on hover, we need to give it basically, how does it, okay. Okay, what do we have? Span 1, span 2. I don't know if this is going to work. Let's just do something real quick. See what we got. Okay, no, nothing happening there. Oh, of course not, because I have it as a combo class. That's definitely not going to work. There we go. Let's see. That should help. But still nothing. Let's just to see if I'm on the right pace here. Just to see if I'm actually getting things to work, which I just saw a flash there, so. All right, so it is targeting each one. So I just don't have my actual grid area. So maybe it's using grid area, but maybe we want it to span 3. Interesting. So go from 1 to 3. That would be the one that's all right, but it even depends. Maybe what we're going to have to do let's give this one. That also has its own class. Okay. This might end up working. Dot feature blue, right? P purple. I've never messed around with this, so this is total learning for me. I'm not sure if this is really how this is going to go. And if this is going to even fly. Let's see. Okay. So there's this grid area is not doing anything. Unless I have to override it. I don't know. I really don't know. Well, that seems to be working. but not very well. I thought you have to have your site published in order for custom code to actually work. Okay, so that is working. And let's take a look at this. But see, this thing is, excuse me, I don't think, well, can I get a transition? Let's see, dot grid to, yeah, feature transition, 0.3 seconds ease. Oh shit, no, that's wrong. All 0.3 seconds ease. Is that it? Can't remember my CSS transitions. CSS transitions. I think it's something like that. All right, anyways. Because if it's just going to go really fast, I want it to slide. So it's not even going to slide. So what was I thinking? And I think, yeah, I don't even know if this is going to work. Because I hover over top of this guy, and then that changes that span. But then I also need to change the span of the element that it's not being hovered over. And I think then what I would need to do is go grid to dot feature. And according to this, it would be something like, it would be not blue hover would go grid area span 3. Don't know. Don't know if that would work. Probably not, but let's say. You never know. Yeah, if I can't, no, if I can't get this to be what I want it to be, then I think I'm gonna have to abandon it. Then just stick with something simple, which sucks. I know there's got to be a way. There's got to be a way to do it without JavaScript, I guess is the point I'm trying to make here. How do I target? All right. So if we, okay, let's delete this. So we have each of these components. I mean, if we just make them 50%, and then because if it ever moves, it just, all right, okay, so that's 50%. But if I flex it, oh, it's still, hang on. No, then I can't go over that. Right, because it's in a flex. Okay. Hang on. Let's go to Google here. Change flex size on hover. Kind of what I want, but not to make everything go to 0. Interesting. Would it be as simple as this? Can I go, oh, wow. Oh. Let's try it on here. Okay, this is perfect. This is what I want. This is what I want. So it's just a translate. Oh my goodness. Interesting. Oh, but it needs this data order. At flex grow. Okay, let's try this. Let's just see if we can get this code to work. Okay. So we need a container, and then we need just items in the container. Container, and then items. Okay, so we have that. What can we do with the container itself? The container is it flex? And it's also flex. Okay, so we have our container here. Let's just call this, oh, what's going on there? That's not what we want. Featured container. Right? Right. And let's do that flex and 3 spacing. Sure. Okay. Let's go feature. I mean, if we want that to be 100% anyways. So let's just delete that grid, this grid, because, oh, I want to delete the grid. Okay. So, right. So we had the features container and then the feature. So I think we're going to probably need to do this custom as well. they're going to need a data order. So just hang on, let's close that. Let's go to settings and give it a custom attribute, data order 1, and this one, data order and 2. Okay. So well, let's just copy this for a second. I think we're going to use any of that. So the first is our featured container. And I think the only thing that we want to make sure we keep is probably that flex. Align items in the center. I don't even think we want that. Items that should line up. Maybe. Let's see. No, we want to stick here. And then let's just copy this code. Designers and developers, professional copy and pasters. And this is featured container dash feature. And we can't use SAS on here, so we're going to have to get a little fancy. And then let's get our indenting. And I think we can delete all that. Okay, let's just have a look here. Featured container feature, flex grow 1. Okay, it's going to do all this stuff, which should be fine, but let's see. All right. That just updated a bunch of the styles. Let's see what we got. Refresh. Okay, nothing's actually changing the size, which of course is not what we want. We want this to actually grow. So I probably have the item wrong. So let's actually, we can get rid of this. And we can get rid of this. Get rid of that. It's got this 1, 2. Wait a second. Data order. Is that okay? Does it need to be class item data order 1? So that's on the element that has the same class. So that's kind of the same. Feature before. Still not quite there. Let's have a little bit of a more look-see. How do I update this? Does it not update? Does it update automatically? Let's just see. Yeah, it does. Okay, so oh, this data order is that's just putting the actual numbers in the box just to identify. So I don't even need that data order thing. So there must be, be something? What is this flex grow? That's like how much it's going to grow by, right? But what is this doing? This transform. I feel like this is just not even doing anything. This is just the text, right? Well, so if that's the case, we don't need this. It could be something to do with this, possibly. What if I remove that? Still not going, eh? I mean, this thing can't be the key, is it? No. Does it need to have like a width and everything set? No, it's just going to go the whole width. It's got to have a position. No. So to me, I feel as if this should be working. Unless I have something really, really wrong put in place here. Mm-hmm. Aha. There is the width of 100% is blocking everything. Okay. Okay. We might have found the problem. Let's see. Remove that width. Okay. That makes sense now. Okay. Refresh. There we go. Perfect. Exactly what we want. Oh my goodness. That was a little bit of a pain. Okay. How does that look? Hopefully it doesn't look like shit. Because we spent all this time trying to get this thing to work. Although, all right, let's update this a little bit here. What do we want to do here? Yeah, transition. Do we want to do 500? And I think we could probably even, can you just get away with having the least amount of style possible in our custom code here. Can we even do this within like within here? Oh, hang on. I screwed something up. Oh, right. This needs to be flex. But can we even go into feature and then we can have hover? We can. Look at this. I thought this whole thing was going to be like the most complex thing to do. And it's not. It's actually, I could just do it right here. Boom. Wow. So let's hang on a second. Let's just hide this. Whoops. Just to make sure. Okay. Save and close that. Okay. I need to fix stuff here. So, okay. We have this. We have feature. We have feature on hover. Go back to none, and let's go back to transitions and flex grow 500, and you want ease in and out. Maybe, yeah, something like that. Okay, good. And let's just put this at blue. But now the only problem is why isn't this taking up the full width of each? What did I have here? Oh, it's got to be set to flex grow 1. Okay. So let's go back to feature and let's set. Oh, can I not do that? Sizing. Does it give me another? Okay, here we go. There we go. Sizing 1. Okay. So, this is perfect. Beautiful. And let's put this back to blue. There we go. Now, we shouldn't have to even publish it. Oh my goodness, it's already been an hour and 20 minutes and it's almost 2 o'clock and it's Pizza Friday. Okay. So I think I just published. So let's refresh this. Yeah, this is perfect. And then you click on it. I would like things, yeah. Now we need to also animate these guys. So, okay, now stop moving. Stop moving around. So how is this one? Now this one doesn't seem to be working. I think because could it be because I did it under the other thing? I don't think that could be a thing. And change to that target. Change target. Change target. Change target. Change target. And change target. There we go. Cool. So that's working now. All right. So I think what I'm going to do, or what I need to do, is just play around more with these animations and just go kind of crazy, because it looks a little bit off in the sense that, let's play this. Like, you can see at the first time I do this, oh, geez, hang on. When I first hover over this element, oh, it's not even gonna work here. Let's refresh. Okay, now refresh again. So those things are changing, but what I don't like is when this one is hovered over, like there's no movement here. Well, I don't know if there should be movement here. Maybe there shouldn't. But I just want there to be a little bit more movement, and I'll probably maybe brighten this up or darken it or whatever. So we're just going to do a whole bunch of things to just make it look a lot more visually interesting. Because right now it looks, I don't know, it's exactly how I want, like the animation wise, but it just needs to be a little bit more appealing. So, and you know, I might make it so that it doesn't grow as much. Like 3 is a lot. Maybe, what about 2? And let's go back to here. That's not bad. Maybe even less. Like 1.5 even. Is that the same for each side? This one looks like it's a whole lot less. Do each of them get their own sizing? Oh yeah, this one's different. Okay. Maybe try 1.5 there. Purple. There, maybe it's a little bit not as much in your face. Cool. And we'll have some good animations of the little things here, and then be a little bit more organic, almost like they're floating around. Yeah, I like it. Okay. Shit, I feel like I did not get as much done as I wanted to get done today. So, And how is this thing full width? This thing wasn't supposed to be full width. Oh, I think it's maybe just because I'm so wide here. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Yeah, I'm liking it. Oh yeah, it's coming together. I'm thinking of maybe putting even these testimonials in some type of slider system as well too, just to make it pop a little bit more and get things out of cards. I mean, I have this thing in a card here, and I kind of don't want to have the same look here. So just make it really bold, probably get a different cool font, probably a nice sans serif font. No, a serif font would do much better, just to give it that contrast. And yeah, just one big quote, the big name and the person's name, and then like some next and previous arrows. So we'll get to work on that as well too. And then that's it. Well, I mean, that's not it. For the homepage, we still have lots of other work to do. But anyways, I'd love to know what you think. How's it looking? Is it looking good? Looking better? I'm probably going to do the stuff that I was just talking about off stream, I think, just so that next week when I start streaming again, that will hopefully be pretty much done, all this design stuff, and we can move forward into building out the actual components and templates, which will be a whole lot more fun. Well, I mean, I know this is still fun. It's all fun, but maybe, I don't know, maybe you guys are bored of watching me kind of design the brochure aspect of this application. And we might want to get into more of the nitty gritty of the actual building of the things that we're going to sell, which will be really cool. Anyways, let me know what you think. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to end it here. It's been about an hour and a half. I really appreciate everyone joining the stream. Thank you so much. Have yourself a fantastic weekend. Have yourself a fantastic Thanksgiving. Of course, if you're here in Canada, we do things differently here than our American friends. And we'll see you on Monday.